These really easy fabric envelope embellishments are perfect for adding to projects. I've just pre-made these while I was watching TV, and you can do them during quiet time or while you're watching your favourite YouTuber. Hi! So in this video I'm going to show you how I made them and plus some tips that I learned along the way. So as you can see, really simple, just basic straight stitch and a whip stitch. Okay, so this is, you can leave them just as a square if you want to put words in. This one, very wibbly wobbly, I love it. I do 6 strands of embroidery thread on that one. This one, different size, very wibbly wobbly, as you may expect. This one, I didn't finish these. I've just left it with an envelope flap. I love this colour. I've done that one. And this is real fraying material, so I'm really being careful. You know, see, it just keeps coming apart, so I'm being really careful. This one, again, I've just done the flap, but you can finish them all off. And this is how I've done them. I've done them on a piece of fabric like this. And this is the first tip, is to use something with some heft. All right, like that sort of, you know, weight. It's got to have some weight in it, sort of like this. Upholstery fabric or some thick cotton like this. That is my first tip, is to use thicker fabric. If you use the thinner stuff, I did do an example for you. I did this onto some very thin cotton, and as you can see, it's very wobbly. Now, that's fine, it doesn't matter, but it's also really tricky to actually stitch on, and you have to keep pulling all your stitches. It's pulling already there. So unless you want that look, then use a thicker fabric. Okay, so as you can see, you can also use varying threads for different effects. I'm going to start, I think, while I'm chatting, because otherwise we'll never get there, will we? Okay, so I'm just going to pop them on there. So for contrast, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it on this piece of black so that you can actually see what I'm doing. And all we're going to do to start is basic straight stitch, running stitch in a rectangle shape. Keep your stitches quite small, because that just makes it look, they're not very small. You know me. I say small and then they're quite huge. And you can make these any size you like. I mean, I just quite like this. Mine all end up about the same size. And another tip is to make a little stitch in your corners for when you're doing your whip stitch around, because it does give it something to like go around the. I'll show you. I'll show you. It's and if you end at the back, then when you come up, you can do like a little stitch like this. And it just gives the whip stitch something to go on. And I'll show you what I mean. I'll do one where I don't do one, and you can see. In fact, I've probably got an example. Probably, because, you know. No, I think I was pretty good. I was pretty good. Once I'd learned that bit. Yeah. It just gives you your stitching somewhere to go. At the end of the video, I'll show you another way to do them as well. If you don't want to do all this, I'll show you a quicker way. And just as much fun. Probably more fun. Although this is quite fun. As you can tell, I've done a few. Very relaxing to do, like in front of the TV. I did enjoy myself. It's not like films have, you know, most films, you can just look up occasionally, can't you? So you get your basic stitch square, and you know that's brilliant for just adding a word inside. You could leave your frame like that, but we want to make envelopes, so come back up in the corner and sort of aim towards the middle, because we're going to stitch like a triangle shape. So just, I mean, there's no need to be perfecto, you know, we don't do that. And I think one more. Is that sort of the centre-ish? Yeah. So make an end, like go down. So, and a little stitch, so that when you're turning the corner, again, your slip stitch has got something to go into. Oh, hello. And go down into the corner. So your needle goes behind. Okay. Now at this point, you have a choice. You can either have a cat walk across you and disturb you. You can either stretch your cotton down to that corner, or you can finish it off, which I'm going to do because I haven't got enough anyway to carry on. So next you would go to the opposite corner and come up and go to sort of there. There's not an exact science, and it doesn't matter if you don't go exactly where you aiming at. What I would suggest, she says, messing that one up, is that you go down just before you reach this line, like that. So make your stitch a little bit bigger if you need to. Okay, because you're at the back. What you want to do is come up over the other side, like that. Okay. And then back down into that corner. Oh, and I've come up, but that's all right. I'll just go back down again. Now at this point, you could actually leave it. I think that looks quite nice as a sort of embellishment on the black and the white. I love that. But I'm going to carry on and show you. Now you could do it all one colour like this, and then do your whip stitch the same colour. Okay. Which I'm very tempted to do now. I may do another one. The same. But what I wanted to show you was that you can use different colours as well. So we're going to finish this one off again. You do end up with some knots in the corner, but that's fine. I'm not very good at I know there's a way you can do the knots and things, but I don't. I don't do that. So find somewhere to come up, one of the corners, and all we're going to do is whip stitch around the outside. So you either come down the same way all the time, all the way round, or you can weave and go up and then down and then up and then down. I'm going to come down on all of mine, and I keep picking up these threads. I quite like the sort of wavy. And don't pull too tight, else what happens if you pull too tight is all your fabric just gets wrinkled. But you need to put a bit of tension, because look at that. How cool is that? So to turn the corners, I have to turn the work. You find that little stitch that you did and go into that, because that's your corner. Okay? And then just carry on. That's why we do a little stitch in the corner. And how cool is that? I'm just addicted to making these now. There's my little stitch. So into there. Give it a little, I can see it's not very tight just there. So I'm just going to pull and straighten them up. There we go. And keep going the same way if that's what you've decided to do. Either weave or go the same direction. You can go out or you can come in, but stay the same way. Okay, let's just give that a bit of tension. Find your little tiny stitch like that for going round your corner, and then carry on. How lovely does that look, guys? I'm so excited about these. I'm loving them. I'm going to be putting them on everything. You can put them on all your stuff. Okay, so you get to this bit and you just carry on and keep going the same way, going down like this. Now, at some point, your cotton will start to twizzle. Here's another tip. Let it dangle and unravel. Otherwise, you'll be fighting it all the way round. Okay. And we're nearly done. We're nearly done. There we are. And then you get to the edge. You've done a little stitch here so that when you go up this way, you've got a nice pointy bit on your envelope. Now, there might be a way to go all the way round and do that all in one go, but I haven't found it yet. And I've done a few. I keep ending up with having to tie off my cotton. Or what I have done before is just gone straight down to the bottom. Like that. Because I'm lazy, basically. So I'm going to come up. And I've got plenty of cotton on my needle. Come on. There we go. And you just end up with a bit there. But it should be fine because you're only looping. And there we go. Right to left again. Right to left. Oh, I didn't go through all my stitches. And again, just go down and back up on the other side. Give it a little, yeah. Right to left. So either right to left or left to right, or alternate them. Whichever you like. Try a few different ways, see which is your favourite. And that's it. And there we have a little stitched envelope. Ready to just put onto any of your works, any of your little squares. And what I would do is what I'm going to do with these ones, I'm going to leave that because I'm going to do some more, is I'm going to use these crinkly scissors to cut mine out like this. Because of the fraying, I actually use these on here, but it's still fraying. But they'll be used in like shabby chic stuff. So that'll be fine. Oh, look at, it just makes so much mess, this upholstery fabric, doesn't it? But whatever you've got, I mean, use up your, your sort of medium-sized scraps. There we go. And that is how you make them. So I did promise you an alternative. And this is it. You can couch your envelope. I know. How cool is that? Now, I just want to point out something. How neat are my stitches? Yes. I'm very excited. So I'm going to finish off and show you how I did these. So I've done the outside, and all I'm going to do is exactly the same as I would have done on there. And I'm going to go, just couch this down. And this gives more of a different, it's just a different effect. you know, if you've got some thicker wool or fibre that you want to use, just couch over it. How super cool. I'm only going to do the flap of the envelope. I'm not going to do the little folds. But I thought I'll just make a very quick video and show you these. It's probably not that quick, but it was supposed to be quick. I've done loads of prep. Loads of prep. So I hope you've enjoyed that, guys. And do let me know in the comments if you've made them before, or, you know, have you done whip stitching? Was that a you know, a good way to show you how to do the whip stitch? I sort of quite like that stitch. It's great for letters. I'm going to try with doing that on letters now as well. You know, to make words and things. I might have a go at that. And you can use stem stitch for words as well. That's very good for words and letters. But this is couching on. It's sort of awesome too. So that's that one. And we're just going to tie that off. And I'll do a double because I don't want it coming undone. Cut. And then all you do is just cut it off. Cut it off. Cut it out. In fact, I might leave it big because I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. There we go. So there's a few ideas for you guys. Loads of different variations you can use. Obviously this one, different colours. Do it in one colour. And then whip stitch around it in a different colour. Use really thick. Use thin. Don't use thin fabric. But yeah. And this was the, I don't know if I can't remember if I showed you. This is the back stitch. And that's just a bit straighter than these, which are the straight stitches. So if you want a nice straight envelope, back stitch first. And you know how to do back stitch, don't you? Let me know if you don't. I'll do a quick, really quick video on it, but I'm sure you do. Okay, that is it. I'm going to leave you in peace. Nice quick one today. And thank you so much for joining me, guys. See you soon. Bye.